We still have to intro, you know?
We have the what?
We have to intro.
What do you mean?
Like, like, intro.
How does one intro?
This is the New Leaf Podcast.
Alright, we need to get this thing started.
Alright, I'm waiting on
Which
you.
episode is this?
11.
Are you sure? I
I'm
always
positive.
forget. Alright, well, hello.
I'm here.
Everybody, welcome to episode 11. Is that right? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, you just asked.
Okay. Okay, this is episode 11 of the New Leaf Podcast. And we're going to do something a little different this week. I had a buddy of mine that was going to do the podcast with us, talk about some PlayStation 4. But unfortunately, he was not able to make it, had some stuff come up at the last minute that he had to go do. And then also, we are not joined this week by Tyler and Tanner. I think they mentioned last time they would be out of town, so it's just me and Taylor this week.
Sorry.
So, I was doing the introduction.
Oh.
So anyways, we're just gonna do like a unscripted episode, as I would like to call it, where we're just gonna talk about stuff and I don't know, we're just gonna talk and record it and see how it goes. So
Sounds like a great idea.
It'll be a good idea. So what have you been doing? Have you done anything like super cool since the last time we were on the show?
Which was last week. Well, let me tell you about my week that I had. So, my week started off pretty slow. I started getting up at 3:30 in the morning and working out before I go to work, so I have my evenings to kind of just to do whatever I want. So my week has been kind of exhausting. Totally worth it going to the gym that early, in my opinion. But so I my nights can kind of consisted of a little bit more time to play video games. Because usually all I do is like read my Bible and then like do laundry and use the bathroom and then go to bed and stuff like that, and work out if I work out in the evening. So I'm pretty excited to kind of start this new change of routine. But besides that, I tried to play some Borderlands on my PS4. Really glad that I picked that game up. It's kind of just a on the fly buy, because
On the fly,
I know that you like that. I know that's pretty good, huh? I should have coined that. I just coined that, so I can't remember. I think you and me played Borderlands 1 together, correct? Or
pretty sure we played both.
both of them, right?
Borderlands
Yeah,
1
that's
and
what.
2.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So obviously, those games came out a long time ago, so I kind of
Yep.
forgot about what happened and stuff like that. And I knew that I really enjoyed playing it when I did have it, so that's why I picked it up. Like I said last week, I think I mentioned it last week just real quickly that I bought it, but I've been trying to spend some time on that. The pre-sequel is included in that, so that's kind of what I've been trying to work on. I never got to play the pre-sequel, so actually a really good story. It's kind of cool. It kind of tells the backstory on how Handsome Jack kind of rose to power, and where he kind of came from and the whole scheme of things. So it's pretty cool. I also picked up a Hardline for my PS4 because my dad bought a PS4 yesterday, so I bought that so that all
Why
of his
couldn't you just buy it
older,
on the Xbox One?
because all his old person friends that used to play on Xbox with him, like Call of Duty,
His old cursing friends?
his old person, like all the people that are his age, like 3-in-1 and those kind of guys, like Moody, and
Oh
all
yeah,
those
yeah.
kind of fellas. They all play PS4 now, and so that's really the only people my dad played with. So, and I have one now. So, we played Battlefield, and I should have got paid, but when we played our first online match, I had like a clinic right at the spawn for him, and I was telling him, it was pretty much like Simon Says. I said to hit a button, and he did it. Like we did it together, and he just kind of watched my guy. So that's pretty
What?
fun. So like I was trying to explain the controls, because PlayStation, Xbox controller is different.
Really?
But so I was just like, B is to crouch, or circle is crouch, and then he crouched, and that kind of thing. And we just went through all the buttons. So and then that was fun. It's kind of a good alternative for my dad, because I mean, don't get me wrong, my dad, being like number 60 in the world on Minecraft is cool and everything, but I just don't have the patience like he does for Minecraft. Um, so that was good. And then the last thing I bought was the new Final Fantasy Type Zero remake, HD remake.
Really?
Yeah, they came out with Crisis Core on the PSP like 6 years ago probably, and it was a different kind of gameplay for Final Fantasy, the kind of the free roaming.
Do you like Final Fantasy?
I love Final Fantasy, yeah. Kind of the real time combat, and this was only released I think in Japan or something like that when it first came out. The Type Zero did, and they just did a remaster for it. And it also came with the demo for new Final Fantasy 15, which was freaking sick. When I beat the demo, oh, it was awesome. So I'm really excited for that.
I've never been a fan of Final Fantasy.
It's a really good story, dude. You can get really lost in that universe. It's pretty big.
Well, people listen to this podcast, they know that I just don't like Japanese RPGs at all.
Yeah, you hate them, so.
Yep.
So I did that, and then the free games of the month for PlayStation were, this is on Xbox. They're both on Xbox, but these are the free ones. Called Ollie Ollie 2. Kind of like a pixel skateboarding game. Really fun, actually. You just use your thumbsticks to do everything. And then also A Valiant Heart, The Great War, which is actually a really very interesting game. So if you guys have a PS4, download those for free. And if you have an Xbox, I would definitely recommend checking out at least the Valiant Heart one. That's definitely a $15 game in my opinion. So, but besides that, that's actually a lot. I did a lot of video games, I guess, this week. So, and I hit level 70 in Hardline on my Xbox version. So, I'm just moving up in the world, dude, I guess. So, and then Easter was today, and it was really boring and lonely since I'm in Hawaii, and it just is really weird on holidays without your family. So,
Yeah.
but besides that, I'm kind of doing the podcast. So, what about your week?
Well, let's see. I purchased after playing the Fast and Furious demo, or
Yep.
whatever it is, standalone DLC. It's
Yeah.
pretty much a demo for Forza Horizon 2, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, let's be honest.
So after playing that, I decided to go ahead and purchase Forza Horizon 2, which is awesome.
I told you it was.
Everybody who says that game's good, they aren't lying. I don't know. I just never got it. There's just too much other stuff around the time that it came out. So I've been having fun with that. I purchased Taylor's favorite vehicle on the game and then totally Bryce carded out and sent him a picture of it just to make him mad.
Don't ever say the word rice card it out. It's just rice. You just riced it. It's a ricer. It's not a rice car.
It's a rice car.
Shut up.
That's what you call it.
Your like car ignorance comes out when you speak. It's so funny.
So yeah, I spent probably an hour and a half just doing that so I could take a picture of it and send it to Taylor. And I don't know how much money I spent.
When you sent it to me, my reply text was not the kindest of text
No.
messages, I'm pretty sure. So.
It probably wasn't. Other than that, I played Neverwinter, which is one of the free. Well, it's not one of the free games. It's just a free game that was released. I think on either the 30th or the 31st.
Did
Which
you
is
say free play?
yeah, it's a free to play.
Oh, another one? Oh my goodness.
Yes. I played like I don't know 45 minutes worth of it, and it's interesting. I might play it a little bit more, but I'm not a huge fan of MMOs, so I probably will not be playing it a whole lot. I played the Pool Nation FX game that's free with Xbox Live Gold this month, and it was taking like forever to download. I don't know how big it is. It just was taking forever to download, but if it gets about halfway through, you can actually play it, where it just gives you a table and you can shoot the pool balls around. So I did that for a while. It was okay. Interested to see how the full game is, but I don't really have high hopes for a pool game. You know what I mean?
I mean, you can't really do much with a pool game. You just play pool with it. So,
Yep. What else did I do? Oh yeah, I went to a concert yesterday.
Christian, you can't play Terraria and talk. You can't
I'm
do
not
two
playing
things.
it.
Yes, you are, dude.
I'm not. I swear, I'm not playing it right now.
What are you doing then?
I thought you would like make a dumb remark.
Well, I didn't know if you just stopped talking, but yeah, if you say, I will make a dumb remark right now.
All right, go ahead.
Was it for Japanese Fangirl Nation, that new pop teen group from Tokyo?
Well, they opened, but I mean, I went to see them, but the headliner, which I really went to see, was the Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, okay. So kind of on the same level as the pop teen group. So I understand. That's pretty cool.
That's taking it too far. No, that would not be anywhere near the same level. No, but who actually was there? Secrets was the opener.
Well, what was the tour? You gotta give the name
Zombie
of the tour.
5 tour.
There you go.
And I drove all the way to Raleigh, North Carolina to see this, which is about a 3.5 hour drive from my house. And when I purchased the tickets, I didn't realize that this was Easter weekend. So I had planned on just kind of me and my wife went. I had planned on just taking our time coming back home, today, Sunday. So, when I realized it was Easter, I was like, man, I mean, I shouldn't miss church any week, but I really shouldn't miss church this week. So we decided to leave Raleigh. We got to Raleigh yesterday around, I want to say around 12. Maybe around 11:30. We kind of drove around. We drove past the venue to see where it was. I just kind of drove around a little bit and went to the hotel. Hotel. We went to the mall, which was cool. I mean, like, pretty much any mall in America is bigger and cooler than the mall around where I live, so it's just interesting to go to other malls. And then we walked around the park. It was at a lake. It was just a really nice, quiet, nice day. We just kind of walked around for a little bit, waste some time. And then we went to the hotel and hung out for a little bit before going to the concert. And it was pretty good, but what I was saying is we ended up leaving this morning at around 7:30 and drove 3 hours back to go to church this morning.
Oh, right.
So,
Did you shower?
What? Yeah, I showered.
Okay,
Why wouldn't
good.
I have showered?
I don't know. You just got up and left really fast.
No, I mean, we got up and showered and like ate food and stuff. It's not like we just rolled out of bed and took off and showed up to church.
I mean, I know people that do that, so.
I'm sure, but so we're both pretty tired. That's why I might not have my A game right now. I might fall asleep on the podcast.
You better not fall asleep on the podcast.
But as far as the show goes, it was like crazy. I've been to Warped Tour 3 times, and I love going to Warped Tour, but I've been to a couple of like smaller venues, like indoors, and I think that is cooler than going to a big outdoor festival because everybody's like really close, and you get to be pretty close to the band, but you don't have to be like right up like in the mosh pit or whatever. So I like the kind of the smaller indoor venues a lot better. But this venue was like in an old play theater, so there's like a balcony around up top. But we were kind of in the middle, down on the floor. It was cool where we were standing. There's like a little walkthrough between the sound booth and like the actual show floor and then the stage.
Yeah.
And we were standing on the little walkthrough, so we were kind of even with the stage. So we were looking out like straight at the stage. So everybody down on the floor was kind of like underneath us.
Mm-hmm.
So we could just see over all their heads and look straight at the stage. That was kind of cool. Then we got a good view of all the walls of death and mosh pits and all that stuff. But anyways, the bands that played were Secrets, The Word Alive, Born of Osiris, and The Devil Wears Prada. I've listened to some of them a little bit, but the main ones I went to go see were Devil Wears Prada, obviously, because they're the best. But, I mean, I enjoyed the other band sets. It was a really high energy, a lot of fun, but Devil Wears Prada just put on like, just the craziest show. And they played I mentioned this as the Zombie 5 tour, which is the 5-year anniversary of their Zombie EP
right?
coming out, yeah. Which, in my opinion, is some of the best songs ever recorded in the metalcore genre. And they played the entire EP, like, straight through, with really no breaks.
Were you, like, fangirling?
Yeah, it was awesome, dude. But they also played, like, maybe like 5 or 6 other songs. And they played one new song that's going to be on their Space EP, which is another concept album. Looking forward to that. It was good, obviously. All Devil Wears Prada songs are good. I mean, you like it, don't you?
Not really. I don't really like metalcore. Did you know that?
You used to.
I don't like that whiny metalcore that you like.
What whiny metalcore?
Like Devil Wears Prada. Are you serious?
How are they whiny?
Oh my gosh. Okay, bud.
But tell me how they're whiny, please.
The way they sing, you know. I hate squeal.
They're
I hate
yelling. What
metalcore
are you
that
talking
squeals.
about?
Oh, don't act
They're
like
not
they're not.
squealing. I know what you're talking about. That's not what they're doing.
Don't act like they're
You don't know. Okay, I'm car illiterate, but you're metal illiterate, so I don't want to hear it.
That's fine with me.
The last thing, I guess, I bought a Terraria, back to games. I bought Terraria on the Xbox One, like, when it came out, because I'm a huge fan of that game. But when you turned it on, it was like way zoomed out to where your character was so small, and like you couldn't hardly see anything on the screen. It was just totally unplayable, which was kind of disappointing. So I hadn't played it, and I was at my parents' house today after church, and my little brother has it on his 360. So we were playing some split screen, and it just kind of reminded me. So I just did a quick Google search to see if there was anybody talking about the camera zoom.
And you can change it, right?
Yeah, I found I found a thread that said they had released an update a few months ago that basically made it to where you could zoom in and out. So I've been playing that.
Like you?
What?
Were they complaining about it like you were? Like, I can't zoom in.
Yeah, they were, because it was annoying. But anyways, it's since been fixed, so I was playing that a little bit today before we started the podcast. That game's a lot of fun. Kind of like Minecraft, but I think it's a little bit better as far as like the progression of the technology and stuff you get and the bosses that you fight and different stuff like that.
I think that was kind of loud. Sorry about that. I think that I think Minecraft and Terraria are two totally different games. So I'm not really sure if you can compare those.
How?
They're not even the same thing. Like the objective of Minecraft is to mine things and craft things.
That's the
not what
same object. I mean, that's
No, it's not.
it's not the ultimate objective, but it's like
In
it's
Minecraft,
a
yeah, it is.
essential gameplay. Well, yeah, I'm saying in Terraria, it's not the ultimate objective is not to mine and build things, but it's still like an essential part of what you're trying to do. The ultimate
Whatever, dude.
objective is to defeat all the bosses. Which technically the ultimate objective of Minecraft is to defeat
Kill
the
the
Ender
Ender
Dragon.
Dragon. Yeah, I know.
So it is the same. And you yourself said you never played Terraria, so you wouldn't know that either.
Christian, I bought it on 360 with you and Daniel. What are you talking about?
I don't remember that at all.
Well, that happened. You guys made me buy it.
That was back when Daniel was still a nerd and played video
That's
games
like when
with
Daniel
us.
was still cool.
Yeah. I'm sure
So-
Jeff, Daniel's dad, listens to this podcast, so Jeff, tell Daniel that he's not cool anymore.
And tell him to...
What? You can't say that.
I know, you should take that out.
This is supposed to be unscripted. I don't want to have to edit stuff out. Come on.
I know, you're right. It was my fault.
So,
But, anything else? I mean, that sounds like
no,
a pretty
that
exciting
was
week.
yeah, that was pretty much it for as far as what happened since the last podcast. I don't like
Well,
saying how was your week? That's just, and we just talk about dumb stuff.
I know, I just wanted to see if there's anything else you did exciting. Jeez, just because I care about you.
I'm just
Dang.
saying, like, I don't like doing that. Everybody does
Let's-
that.
That's fine. I don't want to do it either then. How about that?
I mean, we can still talk about what we did, but we don't want to say like, how was your week? Like, oh, I went to the gym and I went to work and played video games. That's
Okay, well,
stupid.
how was your week? Alright, but seriously, this breaking new trailer, let's talk about this, okay? Let's just jump. So,
Jump?
if you guys are any kind of video game fans, I'm sure you saw the 2 trailers that got released. I want to say they came out
The
before last
3
week's episode,
trailers.
but what?
Remember the 3 trailers? Remember there was the 15-second teaser that I sent you guys into the
Some of the bullet.
the bullet trailer, and then the 2
Yeah,
other
the
ones
bullet
released
came
a
out
few days
before
later.
the other 2 though.
Right.
So they all came out. I think they all came out before last week's episode. We just didn't really touch on it at all because that wasn't the objective of our topic.
Yeah.
But let's talk about these things. So Christian decided to send me this video a couple weeks ago of a rifle round getting shot out of a sniper into Master Chief's helmet, like right in the middle of it, and breaking it, kind of imploding it and just destroying it.
No, it explodes. Doesn't implode.
Or yeah, whatever. So, I don't know. You knew how I feel. You knew how that was gonna make me feel when I saw that. I'm pretty sure that's why you sent it to me. But
Yes.
as soon as I saw that, I pretty much started crying. No
Well, I
joke.
mean, most people know that I have a theory that Master Chief could die or at least suffer like serious injuries, like life-altering injuries in Halo 5.
But that's not gonna happen.
No, I'm not
so
saying
don't
that
worry about
will
it.
happen. I'm just saying that's like that has the potential of happening. And of course, you hate that idea, so I like messing with you like that.
Yeah, I really hate that idea actually.
So what would you do if they did kill a Master Chief?
I wouldn't play Halo 6.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm very serious.
Well, I wouldn't. If they turned Locke into the new like main protagonist of the series, I don't know if I could play it anymore either because he's just annoying. I don't like his
Yeah,
character.
he is just annoying. I don't like him at all. Yeah.
I don't like him. He was iffy for me before these trailers, but since the trailers,
He's an Oni agent turned Spartan thrown into this and thinks he knows everything about what's happened to Master Chief. So
Yep.
he's just assuming things and just wants to kill Master Chief because he thinks that Chief is some, false hope and this, bad guy. But screw you, Locke. How about that?
So what do you think about the, is that like all your thoughts for the Bullet trailer just kind of made you mad?
It did make me mad because I just don't think they're going to kill him. I just think it was definitely a good, like, kind of propaganda trailer for fans, to be like,
Kind of get him a little riled up.
Yeah, just to get him asking
interested.
questions, make him intrigued.
Intrigue, that's a good word.
Yeah, so, but then we can move on to, let's talk about
the Agent Locke trailer. I think they played first.
Right. So, because, how chain of events works, I only saw one video, and I thought that was the only one they released. So, if you guys haven't seen it, I don't know, how long are they about? The actual footage is what, like a 2-minute trailer? I think it's like 3.5 minutes total with all the ads and all that stuff. I think it's about 2 minutes total with them interacting.
Just, you talking about both trailers like together, or?
No, like alone.
I don't know. I thought it was less than that, but I don't know. A minute or 2 minutes.
Anyways,
somewhere around there.
So I see this trailer and it's Agent Locke walking through kind of like a barren wasteland. I'm not really sure. Honestly, I have no idea where that is because, well, I'll get to that part in a second. He's walking through a barren wasteland and he comes upon this monument, if you will, statue type deal of Master Chief. And it's the Master Chief from Halo 3. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but so I'm not really sure where this is located in the confounds of the Halo universe, like where, if it's on like a station or if it's on Earth or whatever, Anyways, so Agent Locke is talking kind of thing, and he's asking, I don't know, he kind of is saying Chief is the one that did all of this, made this kind of into like a wasteland because everything is destroyed around Agent Locke.
He's not saying that Chief's the one that did it, but it's because of the Chief that this happened. Yeah.
His actions caused it.
Yeah.
So he's walking, and then he comes up to the Chief statue, and he gets his pistol out, and Master Chief is on the ground, like really busted up with a bullet wound right above where his heart would be at in his armor.
He's pretty bad off. And
he's pretty much about to die. And so Agent Locke points the gun at him, and then the trailer ends. So, that's enough to make a fanboy pretty frustrated. So, and it did. So it definitely frustrated me pretty freaking good. So, anyways, so Christian, I said something and he was like, don't you know there's another one? And I was like, what? There's another video? So then I watched the other one, and the other one is the exact same thing, except for it's Master Chief walking up to a badly wounded Agent Locke laying up against the statue. And Master Chief kind of says, what Agent Locke says something. What does Agent Locke say when he's about to pull the trigger, like in the video? He says he's gonna finish. I don't even know what he says, but Master Chief says, or tells him he's gonna, like, that Agent Locke's mission is over and his is just beginning when he's pointing the gun at him. So I'm not really sure what to think at this point, but I just don't think that. I think you said it whenever we talked, I think you said it, but I think Agent Locke and Chief are definitely going to have some kind of, what's the word?
There's going to be a huge, what is the word?
Alteration?
I think it's a little bit stronger than altercation.
Altercation? I said alteration.
No, I thought you just lagged and it cut it out.
No, I said alteration.
Alteration. What are you talking about?
Alteration to my clothing. Oh. But yeah, an altercation, it's going to be some kind of fight. I don't know. But because you gotta remember, I mean, there's a lot of people behind Master Chief. There's also a lot of people behind Agent Locke. I mean, I guess I would assume most of the privatized military is kind of at Spartan Locke's back, but the UNSC is kind of, but
The
I
UNSC is
don't,
kind of gone at this point, right?
yeah, they kind of, yeah, that's what I thought. Like, they kind of combine and then kind of
Yeah, they've
disperse the
kind of been
UNS
absorbed by O and
owning.
I.
Yeah. Which sucks because, Commander Lasky was kind of Master Chief's voice in the military because he's
But
kind of higher up than Lasky, so.
I don't think Master Chief has a lot of friends in the military. Because UNSC is gone. A lot of his
Cortana's gone.
contacts, like Cortana, Miranda Keyes, Sergeant Johnson, like
All he has left really is the Arbiter.
Yeah, and the Arbiters, I'm sure, kind of separated. Not really. I'm sure the elites don't have much to do with the human military, but I'm sure that the chief has, still the admiration of the people, humanity as a whole.
Oh yeah. But so with all that being said about the trailer, I mean, if you guys haven't watched them, please go watch them. Just type in Hunt the Truth on YouTube and you'll see both of them. And then type in Halo 5 Bullet if you want to see the one where Master Chief's helmet gets blown up by the bullet. But let's talk about something that only true nerds and people, I don't know how Christian saw it, but how I saw it was just because I watched the video a million times. But let's talk about a difference in both of Agent Locke and Spartan, and Master Chief's video. So Christian, you can, join in whenever you'd like.
Well, I don't really know where you're going, so just continue.
So in the video, there's a scene where it shows on each side of the trailer, Agent Locke walking up on Chief, like I said, and also vice versa. There's a scene where it shows an aerial shot kind of from behind the Master Chief helmet, or the Master Chief monument. So, when you watch Agent Locke's video, the one where he is the one standing over top of Chief, and it shows that shot of Master Chief's statue, it looks normal.
It's
right?
It's not just normal, it's like pristine. Like,
Yeah,
there's huge destruction all over, like, the entire rest of this city or wherever they're at, but the statue is, like, the only thing standing, and it's, like, untouched. And that's what he says. He's like, humanity should remember you as this, like, pristine, just picture of, like, a savior of humanity, rather than what he is, just laid on the ground, like, next to death.
Right, and then, but on the Chief video, and it shows that same exact shot, there's a giant chunk from the back of Master Chief's helmet missing.
There's a chunk missing, there's like shrapnel in it, like the statue is pretty beat up. But the chunk is definitely the most prominent.
Right. And I mean, and what correlates with Master Chief's helmet in the back of his helmet? Christian, why don't you tell us?
Oh, I know. His AI companion.
Oh, great job. Now, I'm sure a lot of people kind of overlooked this in the video. I'm sure every single person that watched the video did, actually. Not really. But, so I thought that was pretty interesting. Obviously, I said it before, but I'm pretty sure Halo 5 is just going to be a mission of Chief trying to somehow bring Cortana back to life, back to working condition again. Because we know that he still has her little chip from the very first Halo 5 teaser trailer where Chief's in the desert.
Yep.
And the Forerunner thing pops up and he kind of clinches onto Cortana's chip and puts it in his pocket.
So here's some additional thoughts that I have on that.
All right, tell me.
So, to me, it kind of shows that Agent Locke doesn't really understand what the Chief is doing. like the chief.
Right, because
the ch-
yeah, I'm glad you said that. Because sorry, I'm just gonna talk over you really quick because I'm gonna forget about this.
Okay.
Because Agent Locke sees Chief, that statue, as kind of this like untouched figure, kind of like he did everything for himself, so he's still like complete, like he has nothing, no harm done to him, kind of thing. Because
Yeah,
you
he's
know what I
just
mean?
like totally unaffected by all the destruction that has come about by the things
The
that he's
war,
done, and he
yeah.
just disappears, takes off on his own agenda, and kind of abandons everybody behind him.
When really, Chief saved everyone. But I don't know. I hate Agent Locke.
The chief kind of feels like, I think he feels like his job is done for humanity. Like he's done all this stuff. He's kind of, I mean, he basically defeated the Covenant like by himself.
Yeah, let's be honest.
He pushed back the Forerunners when or
He needed to.
Whatever the are
No, yeah,
they
you're
called
right.
the Forerunners?
Yeah, they're Forerunners. Yep, the Didact and the Forerunners. Yeah, that's the Forerunners.
The evil Forerunners, because there's good ones too.
Right.
So he kind of pushes them back enough to where humanity can like get prepared for him. So his job's kind of complete, but like through everything he's been through, I mean, obviously it's like taken a huge toll on him, like as a person. Plus, he's lost Cortana, which has been like his closest companion throughout.
Well, we said what he. I mean, we already said he's pretty much lost everything. He has nothing.
Yeah, he has nothing left. So in the Chief video, the statue like beat up, torn up. It's got a chunk missing out of his head. I mean, he's like, the Chief is just kind of beat down. So the only thing he has left that he knows to do is to try to like bring back the only friend that has like a chance of coming back. So he's kind of gone AWOL to do that, but he doesn't see it as abandonment of his post because he feels like his job's done, but other people see it as an abandonment. So,
well, I mean, the thing is, at the end of Halo 4, I mean, if you remember, the last cutscene was showing the machine kind of take all of his armor off, and Chief was kind of becoming human again. Do you remember that?
I don't remember.
At the end of Halo 4, it's like it shows the last cutscene. It's kind of, I want to say it's Commander Lasky talking. And he's talking it's right after he talks to Chief on the deck, and then it cuts to a cutscene. But it shows that right there, like what I just said. It shows him getting all the armor taken off of him on the machine and that kind of thing. So, but
do you think we'll see Chief out of his armor in Halo 5?
I don't think that, no.
Do you think we'll ever see Chief, at least his face?
I don't think so.
I want to.
But then again, I don't want to.
But I think it would be better for his character not to.
Not, maybe at least until the very end of the series. Like, when it's going to be all said and done and over with.
Well, even that, like in Halo 1, you remember at the end of Halo 1, he takes his helmet off, but
right as the camera pans past the window.
Yeah. So it might be something like that, but I don't think, maybe we'll see like the back of his head. I don't think we'll ever see his face because that's not who Chief is. Like, Chief has never had any concern about himself, Like,
right,
it's never been about him.
Because he isn't, I don't know, it's kind of what Lasky said at the end. He said that they're all just, like, they're just humans, like, they're not robots fighting. And I think that, and Chief being just this giant, awesome figure, but seeing his face might, bring out his human characteristics, and realize that, Chief can die. He's not he's not some kind of superhero. He's just a better than every other soldier kind of person.
That's a good point.
So,
I do think Halo 5 will see a lot more development for the Chief's character. Like, I'm not saying that he hasn't been developed over Halo 1 through 4, but it's like his monologue in his trailer when he's walking up on Locke, it has a lot more personality to it. I don't know if you kind of noticed that.
no, I agree.
There's a lot more personality to it than there has been in all the other Halos. So I do feel like that's true. We'll kind of see more of the human side of the Chief rather than just running everybody over.
Well, because like you said, he lost Cortana, and he's feeling a deep emotion because of that loss. So now he's kind of starting to feel like a human emotion. But I don't know.
He doesn't have this like ultimate, like, he doesn't have any orders. So since he can't think about that, he's probably being forced to think about like everything that he's lost.
Right.
So go ahead.
I'll say, obviously she didn't die before, but if you recall, Chief was without Cortana for a good while in the series.
Yeah.
So at the end of Halo 2 into Halo 3,
Yeah, and that was like, I remember that, like, that was rough at the end of Halo 2 when he had to leave Cortana behind.
Yeah, I know.
And it was like so awesome when you got to go back to High Charity and rescue her on Halo 3.
Oh, that was so sick.
That was like the coolest level ever.
Yep.
Man, I like just remember that. It's like bringing back a lot of emotion. It's weird that the game does that.
I was gonna say one kind of thing that I noticed was, I think Chief might somehow get in contact with the Arbiter again.
I think he should.
If you recall, the Arbiter isn't out of the picture. They just had a cutscene with the Arbiter.
They didn't have like any interaction in Halo 4, did they?
Chief and Arbiter?
Much at all. Yeah.
No, none at all. Because at the end of Halo 3, they signed a truce with the Covenant.
Right.
So they're kind of just done. Like, Chief and Arbiter did what they needed to do, and then they were just going to go their separate ways. Because Arbiter thought Chief was dead. So that's why they didn't have any...
When the ship broke apart, like in mid-jump.
Yeah, the Arbiter... Because, what's his name? Lord Hood says...
yeah, they have the whole, like,
at
funeral
the end of
and
Halo
everything.
3, he says, it's hard to believe he's gone, and then the Arbiter says, we're so easy, or whatever he says, and then, so everybody thinks he's dead, and and they don't really know he's alive until the beginning of Halo 4, when the Infinity finds him. So, but...
I heard this theory. So we've always known the Arbiter as the Arbiter, but that's not technically like his name. That's just his title.
Right, because there's been a million Arbiters.
Right. So you have this like gigantic, like obviously huge, like confrontation brewing between the Chief and Agent Locke. Do you think that the Arbiter will step into the picture as an actual Arbiter, like between the two sides?
What do you mean as an actual Arbiter?
You know what Arbiter means, right?
Yes.
Like to arbitrate something.
Right.
So do you think like he will step in as kind of an unbiased party, being outside human politics to kind of...
he doesn't really have any rules to follow or kind of thing?
To kind of... Because, obviously the Chief thinks what he's doing is right. The Locke thinks what he's doing is right. So yeah, both sides thinking they're right, and the Arbiter kind of coming...
An Arbiter's like... He's like a judge, right? Is that kind of what Arbiter means, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Like, decide what what decision is to be made.
Right.
And I don't really think the Arbiter liked it when Agent Locke ran into the Arbiter and, was asking those questions. If you recall at the beginning of
Right.
Halo 2, they showed that cutscene.
Yeah. No, I
That
don't.
obviously was not there, but in the original Halo 2. So
Yeah. No, I
I
don't
think-
think. I don't think the Arbiter was a big fan of Locke, like being kind of this young punk, just trying to like hunt the chief down. And
just because obviously, because he has no idea what the Chief's done, and Agent
Right.
Locke goes in there just based off of what he's been told.
I mean, that's the whole point of why they stuck those cutscenes in there, because that's like the Arbiter narrating the chief's story to Locke,
right,
like to tell him what who the chief is, rather
and
than
like
just this
right,
like another soldier or whatever.
and yeah, so, and I think it'd be awesome if somehow the Arbiter and Chief teamed up again. I really kind of like that camaraderie, coming together for the same purpose, kind of, and completing the mission.
Remember when Halo 2 first came out, like people hated playing as the Arbiter?
Yes, I do.
And now I think I'd probably be safe in saying that he is, I mean, next to the chief, he is, I mean, maybe Cortana too. And next to the chief and Cortana, he's probably like the most like loved character of the series.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I think a return of the Arbiter would be would be awesome, super awesome.
And
I
honestly,
love playing as the Arbiter.
it could be something to the effect of, Chief and, Chief needs help and he has no one to turn to, so, he goes with the Arbiter, and the Arbiter or the Covenant and the Arbiter might actually end up trying to help them fight the Forerunners, because the Forerunners are still in the picture, so.
Right. And the elites didn't, or the Covenant didn't have much to do with the Forerunners in Halo 4, did they? It was always the humans. No, there was.
The Didact can control them. So, he can kind of like brainwash them.
Yeah,
kind of
no, I
thing.
do remember that now.
So, and at the end of Halo 4, when you kind of interacted with the Didact, is when you kind of started fighting the Covenant too. So
going back to the altercation brewing between Locke and the Chief, they've already said that we will play as Locke through at least some of the game. Do you think that the player will actually like have a chance to play out like them fighting? Me personally, like I think it would be I think it'd be a really interesting idea to play with, for the player to actually play as Locke and fight against the Chief.
yeah, I'll just say I think it'd be cool if you played as Locke and fought the Chief and died, like the Chief went against you.
I don't know about that. Because you've always been the Chief, or like one of the Chief's allies, but I think it'd be interesting to actually fight the Chief. Like you've never fought another Spartan,
right?
In the Halo series, like that's like the one enemy that you've never fought is a Spartan,
right?
So that enemy Chief is like the Spartan.
I don't know. I mean I don't know. I mean, it might sound crazy or like kind of brutal, but I think it would be cool to play as Locke and then lose to the Chief. Maybe not die, but lose.
Like get put in your place.
Yeah, kind of thing, and then you play as Chief after that. But
so do you think Locke should die, or could die in Halo 5?
I mean, anyone can die, right? So
I think I don't know. I think on one hand it'd be interesting to see like a change in his character, like the Arbiter. I mean, one of the reasons why I love the Arbiter so much is just the like total turnaround that his character had. I mean, he like totally bought into the Covenant idea of the Chief being like this demon that was trying to hold them back from the Great Journey or whatever, and just absolutely hated the Chief, like just wanted to kill him. But now he's like his like closest friend. Do you think?
Right.
I think it'd be interesting to see that happen with Locke, but I think it would also be interesting to see him like not change his mind, kind of like go to the grave with this one singular mindset that the Chief is bad.
Talking about the wait,
I'm talking about
who you
Locke. Like we could either see Locke do like an Arbiter thing where he changes his mind and joins the Chief, or we could see him not change his mind and just like fight the Chief to the death.
Right. I mean, I would.
What
I
would
don't
you
know.
like
I don't
to
want.
see?
I don't like I told you before. I mean, I like them as a, I like them as comrades. So
I would too, but that would show like another, because we've already seen that happen with the Arbiter. So that would show like another, just kind of a different outcome of a similar situation.
yeah, I guess. I don't know. It could. There's so much speculation, because I feel like I know what should happen, but that doesn't mean that's gonna happen, kind of thing.
Well, we know there's going to be a Halo 6, because I've already said that this is a trilogy, Halo 4, 5, and 6.
Right.
So it'd be very unlikely that we'd see the Chief die in Halo 5. Do you think that we would see him die in Halo 6 to kind of be the end of the Chief's story?
Like closure?
Yeah, and then move on with the series.
Like I told you before, if it happened in Halo 6, I don't know if I would be happy with it, but I could live with it happening in 6. Not in 5, but 6 I could live with it.
Because, I mean, the Chief is pretty old at this
He's
point.
getting up there.
He's like in his late 40s, I believe.
Right.
So, that's another, like, kind of, I don't know. It's another thing that could go either way. I mean, I'd like to see the Chief, like, kind of retire, or I guess from the military, kind of resign or leave the military, whether he resigns or he's let go or whatever, and just kind of lives the rest of his life out. But I think it'd be more true to his character for him to kind of die doing something like totally epic. You know what I mean?
Like blow up with like something giant.
Yeah, like give himself like the ultimate sacrifice. He's always just put himself out there, just thrown himself into anything to save somebody else. So like I think it'd be interesting to see him give his life in defense of something.
Right.
Man, that's weird to think about Master Chief dying.
No Chief?
Yeah, no Halo 7 having no Master Chief.
It's
Like,
not even
what do you
weird
think
to
about that?
it. It's just scary. That's just crazy to me. I don't know, dude.
I've said this a lot, that the Halo series is, at least, I mean, I'm obviously a fanboy, so I don't know if my opinion is totally unbiased, but I think that the Halo series is probably the most iconic series as far as one cohesive storyline in all of video games. Would you agree?
Oh, without a doubt.
I mean, even though it's just like a shooting game, I think it's probably the most iconic. Maybe not like the best as far as story delivery or character development or whatever like that, at least not at this point. But as far as just iconic, as far as characters, set pieces, stuff like that, I think is probably the most iconic series in video games.
Sure. I mean,
and Chief being the most iconic character, it would just be weird to see him exit the series.
A world without Master Chief is not a world that I want to live in.
I mean, Master Chief and the Xbox are like synonymous. I
Right.
think.
When you think of Master Chief, when you think of Xbox, you think of Halo.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, I remember when I bought my Xbox, I bought my Xbox for Halo. You know what I mean? There's things like that.
I mean, that I did. I bought my Xbox. I'd always had a PlayStation. I had PlayStation 1 was the first console I had. I had a PlayStation 2. Liked them a lot. Like, loved those consoles. But dude, the first time I played Halo, I was like, I have to have this game. I sold all my PlayStation stuff.
But
like, sold all my PlayStation stuff and went and bought an Xbox. I remember going to the store with my dad, and he's like, all right, and keep in mind, this is 2001, so I was 2001 or 2002, so I was 11, 12 years old. And my dad's like, all right, we're getting the Xbox, you can buy one game. And I was like, no question, I'm getting Halo. He's like, I remember this so well. We were in like games, I don't know if it was
Probably
GameStop or like EB Games or something weird like that.
Yeah, Game Crazy, EB Games.
And like, as soon as he says, like, you can get one game, like, I'm gonna get Halo. He's like, you sure you don't want like a racing game or like this game? Like, no, I want Halo.
Oh.
And
Silly dad.
Since then, like, Halo, like, Combat Evolved, that is the reason why I bought an Xbox. Halo 2 is the reason why I bought Xbox Live to play with all my buddies. I remember, like, stringing my Ethernet cord across the house on the weekends to play Halo 2, like, all night online on Friday nights. Just,
oh, without a doubt.
like, me being a little bit younger as a gamer, like, I was right in that age where I literally grew up playing Halo games.
Right.
And it's always been with Master Chief. So yeah, it's just crazy to think about a Halo game with him not in it.
It would just not be a Halo game. I just don't know how else to put it. You know what I mean?
Do you think they should continue the series if Master Chief's no longer in it? I mean, it's a huge franchise for Xbox. So as far as like a business side, I don't see that they could stop making Halo games.
Right.
But I don't know if that would do honor to the character or the series to continue it without Master Chief.
I don't know. I mean, I think you had the dumb idea before. You were like, a Halo where Arbiter is the main character. That'd be stupid.
When did I say that?
I don't know, like a long time ago.
I think you're making that up, but continue.
I promise you said that, but I just don't like you said, it's just too iconic. I just don't think that. I mean, the multiplayer is great and everything, and Halo, don't get me wrong, obviously is phenomenal. But I play Halo for the story.
Yeah. I mean, the multiplayer's great. Like,
obviously, great, an added benefit without a doubt. But the reason I play Halo is because I'm a Master Chief fan. I'm not a Halo fan, I'm a Master Chief fan.
But it's not like any other game where, like Battlefield or Call of Duty, you play through the story, you're like, yeah, it was pretty good, it's not bad, and then you just play multiplayer.
Right.
Like, the Halo story is still really great.
Right.
So I just thought about this. What if they made like a prequel series where it would show?
Halo Reach.
No, I'm saying like a origins of of Master Chief himself.
Oh,
because Halo Reach didn't really show, like, it didn't say before Halo 1. There's like nothing with the Chief. I mean, the Chief is in Reach as kind of like the little Easter egg, where obviously he was on Reach, and then they left, but there's nothing about like what he was doing before Halo 1. He just comes out of the pod and he's like this, like, totally like tank, indestructible character.
Awesome
just
green tank.
Yeah, just rolls over everything from that point forward. It doesn't show like anything about his previous life. I think it'd be interesting to explore.
That'd be cool, you know. Yeah, it's just hard to tell anymore. You can only do so much.
Does he have an origin story in the books?
Yeah.
Because the books, I mean, they've said the books are like, they are like canon to the series.
Oh, they are. Yeah, the books definitely have a story. It tells everything about it. It tells him about when he was, a little kid playing King of the Hill, like he was owning all the kids, like knocking them down and hurting them.
Was that in Reach?
Was that in the Fall of Reach, like the
Yeah.
book?
Yeah.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, because that's the only one that I read, and I seem to remember that. But, I mean, Halo Reach, the game.
What?
There was like some weird feedback.
Okay.
But Halo Reach, the game, is like, I mean, that is from the Fall of Reach book, but there's not a lot of information about the Chief there.
Right. But
needless to say, I'm super excited, not only for the story, but for the multiplayer as well. It's shaping up to be very good. What do you think about that release date?
What?
What do you think about the release date?
October 27th?
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of an interesting release date, but I don't know.
I do too. I think they should have done more like Halo 3, where it came out in September.
Yep.
Because, I mean, when you think about Halo 4, after Call of Duty came out, nobody was playing Halo 4. And you go back and play it.
Sucks because
you go back and play it now.
Awesome.
I know it's like that's probably my favorite game to play on the Master Chief Collection is Halo 4.
I loved Halo 4. Like I just didn't have anyone to play it with. It sucked.
So that and it came out kind of around the same time, I think, just the week before Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So if Call of Duty comes out on the same date that it normally does this year, I mean that's kind of a bold move on 343's part. It shows that they're kind of confident in what they're building,
right?
To leave it at that date. I mean, you've got Call of Duty, obviously. You also have Star Wars Battlefront coming out sometime around there.
Jeez.
I mean, plus all the other, we can go on and on about all the other fall games that are AAA titles. So it's it's definitely a bold move. But I mean, obviously, I'm gonna buy it.
So many shooters coming out this year, dude. So many good shooters coming out this year. But yeah, Halo will definitely be. The more I talk about it, the more I just want to freaking play it. Like right now.
I want to play it right now too.
But I don't know. It'll be here soon enough. I just know that it's gonna be so awesome.
I'll probably cry.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna cry, dude. I cried in Halo freaking I don't know, I cry at video games, but I cried what part did I cry in Halo? Like let me think. I know I talked about this before. I forget. I'll remember that, but I'll remember.
I'm pretty sure I've cried in Halo 4 when he was losing Cortana.
Oh yeah, definitely when he was losing Cortana. I cried at the end of Reach.
Oh, when Noble 6 died?
Dude, that is one of the most epic scenes ever.
Yeah, it is too.
when everybody's like, when you give the thing to Commander Keyes, and all the Marines are like, "Come on, Spartan, get on!" And Noble 6 says, he says, "Negative, sir, I have the gun." And then at that point that you're gonna die. I was like, "Wow, are you kidding me?" And
see that's how the Chief needs to go out if he goes out.
Right. Like,
man, I'm so pumped. Like, just
I know.
thinking about that.
It's not like such a loser.
People are gonna be listening to this podcast like, wow, I knew they're nerds, but
yeah, right. But when that scene happens in Reach, oh, I got such goosebumps when he said, "I have the gun," and I just don't even know. It was I think every death in Reach in all the Halos, but Reach had a lot of, in my opinion, had a lot of emotion behind the death, except for like uh June didn't die. It didn't show June dying, but
Right.
you know that he dies defending or Dr. Halsey.
So where is Halsey?
It's a good question, Christian. Where is she?
I don't know. Did it say where she went in Reach?
No, it did not.
So how do you know June's not still with her?
I'm pretty sure he's dead, dude.
Spartans don't die. They're only
It's gonna be
missing
in
in
action, I know. Jeez.
I think it'd be cool to meet. Like, I want to meet other Spartans. Like, there's still some. I mean, if the chief is still around from the older Spartan programs, there's got to be more somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Chief was like the only like good one, and all the rest of them just sucked and died. I mean, obviously, tons of them did die, but there's got to be more.
Right. I don't know. I think that's what people don't understand. Like, that it's not just like, a lot of people think that there was only one Spartan, and
Yeah.
Master Chief was like that one Spartan, and then all this army came out, and then they're, oh man, Master Chief isn't, the only one. Like, no, he was never the only one ever. That was never a thing.
Yeah, I remember when Reach came out. They're like, oh my gosh, like there's Spartans everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it's. Yeah. Well, I remember that scene was depressing at the end of in Lone Wolf. That scene at the end of Halo Reach, all of the Spartans, all the dead Spartans that were just lying around that had protected
Yeah.
that area. I'm talking about at the very end of the game.
Yep.
And you're just walking around and they're all dead. All the different types of Spartans with the different helmets and the armor and all that.
Yeah, I remember the first time I played that level. I think I died like a couple of times, just like, kind of like looking in shock at all the dead Spartans.
Yeah, for real.
I just was like stopped in my tracks.
I think I didn't really, this isn't scripted. This is kind of just an idea I had. I want to know a scene in Halo in Chief story, not in like I'm talking about the main Halo, not the side. But I want to know a scene or a couple scenes that when you saw them, you were just in absolute awe. Like, you just thought that was the sickest thing you've ever seen.
Alright, let me start. I have to start with Halo 1.
I know you have some.
Oh, I do. I'm sure I do. I don't know. Halo 1, there wasn't like anything huge except like the end. I mean, the ending level was just in and of itself crazy. But when you're finally flying away in the Pelican,
Yeah.
and you see the ship, the Pillar of Autumn. That's what it was called, right? Pillar of Autumn in Halo 1.
What ship?
The Pillar of Autumn. Like the one that you go
So
there.
I'm talking about the one that you blow up at the end of it?
Yeah.
Yes, that was Pillar of Autumn.
Yeah, so I think when you blow that up and you're flying away and Halo is just like blowing itself up behind you, that was probably the only big one that really grabbed me on Halo 1, because you're just kind of like driving all over the ring, doing all this random stuff like leading up to that point, and it was like the final culmination of everything you've done, and you just kind of sit back like you've like your job's completed. And that's exactly what Chief does. He kind of sits down, takes off his helmet. So that probably had to be it in Halo 1.
Wow, man, no recognition for our fallen comrade. I cannot believe you.
What fallen comrade?
Really?
Oh, are you talking about Captain Keys?
No, well, I mean him, but no. Come on, dude.
Who?
Oh, I cannot believe you. You call yourself a Halo fan?
Who?
Her name starts with an H.
Oh. Well, yeah, obviously. An H.
Do you know? Yeah.
What?
Oh
Whose
my
name
gosh,
started with a H?
you're embarrassing me.
You're talking about Fohammer, right?
Yes.
What's her name?
Well, I just called her Hammer, so that's why I said H.
What?
but-
Really? No.
Yeah.
You're just trying to cover the fact that you thought it was Hammer. You didn't think it was
I did not think it was
Fohammer.
Hammer. Shut up. I'm not an idiot.
Who called
Hammer.
Who called her
Hammer.
Hammer?
I called her Hammer. She brought the hammer down, the bad guy. That's why I used to call her.
It's stupid. I mean, yeah, that
Sorry.
like. I
That
mean,
was sad.
well, yeah, it was sad, and like obviously it was sad when you find Captain Keys. What happened to him? But it wasn't
Yeah, and
like
you like punch his face in.
it wasn't like this huge thing. Like I don't know. My stuff, like when I think about this stuff, it's kind of centered around the Chief.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like
I guess I mean in Halo 1, then there really wasn't.
yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of like huge stuff.
Maybe I think that one thing that a lot of people overlook is at the very beginning of the game, it shows just how strong Chief is when he does not die in that pod crash.
Yeah, he's the
on the
only
ring.
one.
So I think a lot of people kind of overlook that, but I think that's kind of a big point in his character.
So in Halo 2, a couple, well, the main one that stands out, and now it's been a long time since I played Halo 2, and I've been playing through it on the Master Chief Collection, but I'm maybe about halfway, 3/4 of the way through. But the main one that stands out is, I'm sure you know, when he like the second level.
Oh yeah,
When
dude,
he-
definitely. That's what I was gonna say for
he,
Halo
like,
2.
He takes off with the Covenant bomb, like takes the Covenant bomb out of the station and literally flies through empty space back to the Covenant ship, activates it, and then takes off like back in his face.
Yeah, he kicks off of it. Like that's how strong he is. He kick off of something
Like
that hard.
kicks himself off with enough force to propel him back out of the Covenant ship and far enough away to where he's out of the explosion range.
When I saw that scene the first time ever, I was just in awe. Like, this is so sick.
I guess
just-
too, another one I remember from the beginning half of the game is when you take down the first Scarab. Like, you're chasing it through the city, kind of going back and forth. You finally jump on it, kill all the guys in there, and take it down. And it shows a cutscene where it's like blowing up and like convulsing, and it falls on the ground. And then Chief just kind of like just slowly walks out of it.
Yeah.
That scene is another really
Awesome.
really nice set piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember any off the top of my head in the last half of the game, but
Grave Mine, hello.
I mean, yeah, obviously I remember that scene, but nothing like huge is happening.
Really?
You're talking about the first one where him and the Arbiter see each other for the first time?
That's a really big scene. That's like a really big point in the story. That's
Well,
kind of
yeah,
where
it's a big
Arbiter
point in the story, but it's not like a big like action scene. That's what I'm thinking about.
Oh, well, I'm talking about kind of big points in the game, kind of like that meant a lot to you, or I mean, I don't know, maybe that didn't mean a lot to you, but
But yeah, as far as like the rest of Halo 2, I don't remember a whole lot. But when I finish playing through it, I'll probably remember more. And Halo 3, that's been a super long time. Probably in Halo 3, it would have had to been, it was in Halo 2 when you take off from High Charity on the Covenant ship, and he shows back up to Earth. And who's the general? Was it General Hood?
It's Lord Hood, but yeah,
It's
his name is Lord Hood. I swear
it's
it's
weird.
Lord Hood.
It's weird. It's just weird the way you say it. So,
I don't know.
the Lord Hood, is it in Halo 2 when he's like, Chief, what are you doing on that ship or whatever? And he's like finishing this fight, or is that
That's
is
at
that
the end of Halo 2.
okay? That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So,
Chief, what do you think you're doing on that Covenant ship?
Halo 3. I don't remember enough of Halo 3 off the top of my head. I haven't played that like at all since I actually played it on the 360.
Sergeant Johnson dies.
Well, okay, yeah. Sergeant Johnson dies, Miranda Keyes dies. But the Chief wasn't involved in that scene.
Huh?
The Chief wasn't involved in that scene, was he?
And when Miranda dies, or
Yeah.
Miranda dies in
Halo 2, that's right.
2. But yeah, Master Chief was right next to Sergeant Johnson when he got. I said Sergeant Johnson.
Sergeant
Johnson when he got killed.
Oh, driving the Scarab to Tartarus might be, or not driving the Scarab, but like guarding the Scarab to Tartarus.
Yeah,
might be the big one that I remember from Halo 3.
Halo 2 is Tartarus, Christian.
No, well, who's the one in Halo 3?
Halo 3, the main enemy is the Prophet. Kind of the Prophet and the Flood.
I don't remember.
Remember at the end of Halo 3, you and the Arbiter, I think, stabs the Prophet, and then you guys had to escape because he activated the ring, and you kind of have to. Remember?
Yeah, and
like,
everything's blowing up.
You're in that long hallway with all the ring like holograms and crap.
Yeah. You had to
Yeah.
jump through in a certain order to get the Hayabusa or the skull.
Yeah, I did remember that. That was so annoying. But yes, I do.
Like, I had to sit and like really concentrate and think about a lot of them to remember them because it's been so long since I played the story, and I hadn't played the story through on Master Chief Collection since it had all the problems.
Right. I kind of want to go back and. Well, I've beat a few of them on Legendary already, but I kind of want to go back and. I think you and me need to go through the anniversary together on Legendary and beat it.
We should.
Yeah, we should. Maybe Tyler too, if he has time. He doesn't have time probably. So.
Yeah, you know he doesn't have time. He's got school.
Yeah.
And video editing, and now he's got a new car, so he's gonna be. It's like swerving around Dayton.
Swerve. I think a really cool scene in Halo 3 is the very ending. Not the very, very, very ending. But when Chief crawls back up the ship that's like fallen in half.
Yeah.
And he kind of pulls himself up on that console that Cortana's on, and him and Cortana kind of look at each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of like
it's a special moment.
Like a human side of Chief.
I think it more shows, even though Cortana's an AI, it shows more of a human side to her, because the Chief's going to be asleep. Like, he's not going to remember anything, but Cortana's still going to be awake. So she's going to be without the Chief for who knows how long. And she's kind of sad by that.
Right. Do you remember how long it was that he was asleep for?
I don't know. I remember, like, people kind of, like, calculated it up, but I don't remember.
I'm talking about between Halo 3 and Halo 4.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm talking about.
What do you mean, calculated it up? Cortana freaking says it in the game.
Oh, does she?
Yes.
I don't know. It was like 3 years or something, wasn't it?
Yes, it was like 3 years, something like that.
Something like that.
I forget though. But yeah, he says Was it 3 years or? Yeah, I think it
I mean,
was.
that's what I want to say, but I mean, I don't know if, like, for
I
absolute
I,
sure.
I want to say 7 for some reason, but I know it's not that.
7.
Yeah, I don't know why I want to say 7. I know it's not 7. That's a long time. But yeah, they don't really. I don't know. I don't know. I freaking love Halo, dude. Gosh.
Gosh, man, I love Halo, man.
Um. Yes. So Halo 3, like you already said, I mean, not really too much happened there. Um. I know that I thought it was pretty neat playing as the Arbiter. You know, that's pretty sick with his two. I don't know like who they were, but his two like random colleagues that you played as in co-op. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Like player 1 would be Chief, player 2 would be the Arbiter, and 3 and 4 would just be like the dumbest looking elites.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we just follow you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they don't
We
acknowledge them at all.
we overslept, so we saw you guys down here, so we thought we'd join in. So,
And when,
uh,
yeah, the
what?
elites were on the human side in Halo 3, right?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, that's why it made sense. I don't know why it. Well, I guess it made you elites because elites were stronger than Marines. Like elites were kind of the same level as the Spartans.
Right. And I don't think they're gonna. I don't think that the game would be much fun if you played as a Marine.
Yeah, not with player 1 and player 2 being Chief and Arbiter.
I mean, being in the position of a Marine totally plays or changes your game
Well,
up. I
yeah,
mean, that's how ODST was.
I'm super
You were,
excited for ODST to be released
oh,
for
get remake? Oh, I
Master
know.
Chief.
But it showed how it showed the struggle of Marines and the elites because ODSTs were weak, man.
Yeah, it
Like
was like a
they don't have that
huge
shield,
it was a huge effort fighting the elites and the
right?
brutes.
And that's kind of why I guess people overlook Chief's role as who he was, but you know the Covenant were meant to be beaten with Spartans, not just Master Chief.
But yeah, I mean that's why the Spartans were created,
Right, that's why Dr. Halsey did that
like to raise
because
an
they
army
needed something.
to fight against the superior Covenant army.
Right. And Master Chief did everything on his own for, you know, four freaking episodes. So, oh man, just talking about it makes me want to play it so bad.
Well, we're kind of going a little long, I think. So, you want to go ahead and cut it off now?
A little long. How long have we been talking for?
Like an hour, a little bit over an hour 15 minutes, something like that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy crap. Well, all right, guys. Well, I guess we will cut it off then. So, I guess all I can really say is I'm an obsessive Halo fanboy. And if you've never played Halo, that is the one game I could definitely recommend to anyone to play without a doubt.
For sure.
And if you guys agreed with our thoughts, let us know. If you guys disagree with our thoughts, also let us know. And
If you guys, if any listeners want to give some feedback, you can hit us on Twitter at the New Leaf Crew, which our good buddy Logan kind of shared some thoughts with me on there this past week. I liked interacting with him based on some things we said on the last show. You can also email us at thenewleafcrew@gmail.com. We have a Facebook page if you'd rather do that, called New Leaf Podcast. Is that correct?
yes,
Tyler's changed the name like 3 times, I think. So yeah, those are kind of the main avenues. If you want to go look at our YouTube, what's the best way for them to do that, Taylor?
Just go to youtube.com and type in, hold on, let me give you the exact link. Give me 1 second. As you know, I'm glad you said something about that. This past week we had 2 videos get put up on YouTube. So if you guys get a chance to, once I give you the name of our channel, go ahead and head over there. And if you want to subscribe to us, do it. But if you would kind of watch the videos and, let us know what you thought about it. The channel is just called straight up New Leaf. So if you can't find it by typing that in, because there's a thing in Animal Crossing called New Leaf, so that's kind of overabundance of that on YouTube. But you can just type in New Leaf, Battlefield, Dragon Ball Z, kind of that kind of thing, because those are the videos we've done, Far Cry, so somehow you'll get a search result from that, and just, watch them and let us know what you think about them, and hopefully we'll be able to put some more up here quickly, so.
Hopefully. But guys, stay tuned next week. If everything goes according to plan, we might have some special guests to kick off our PlayStation discussions.
Or we might have a different discussion because my one special friend is available next week. So,
well, no, that's not next week.
Well,
I've already made plans for our other guest.
Oh my gosh! Okay,
my
fine,
special guest. Well, you can leave your special guest for another week.
Whatever.
Your guest isn't as special as mine.
Oh, is he? Okay, whatever.
Hey, so to close us out, Taylor, give the listeners your thoughts on a person who is like a hardcore Xbox fan, but has never played Halo.
Wait, what?
Just give your thoughts. Just first thing that comes to mind when you think of a hardcore Xbox fan who's never played Halo, because
Loser.
You know that they're out there. Loser. That's it.
Loser, ignorant, stupid.
Oh, these are strong words.
Unintelligent. Possibly poor gamer. I could also throw the phrase in, you suck. What have you been doing with your time? Why do you have an Xbox? Do you even know what a battle rifle is?
BXR.
I could also say, I can't say that on a podcast, but you just cut it out because I want to say this. You in every other game, but you never played Halo. And if you don't know who Master Chief is, and I don't really want to know who you are, so get out of my life.
You've probably offended some listeners out there.
The truth hurts, so sorry. That's all I have to really say about that.
What do you mean, how does one intro?
I mean, like, what's up, guys? Like, this is the New Leaf Podcast, episode 11. Hey, we should do, this is Tyler, and this is, I should say it, you should say.
Alright, I don't know, who do you want to be?
What? This is Tyler, and then you say, and this is Tanner.
I don't know if I can do Tanner good, though.
Well, how do you do Tanner? You
I
can't
don't
really
know.
do. Hey, you say this is Tyler.
This is Tyler.
This is Tanner. And then just like, not really. Oh, we have to do that, please.
No, that is so stupid.
Come on.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Christian, come on, dude.
We're not doing that.
Well, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Please do it. Come on.
We already did it.
You ditched me all weekend for the stupid concert.
I
Just
didn't
be
ditch
my
you.
friend.